I realized I found my true love when I heard an orchestra playing, because for an orchestra it's like a gigantic instrument, or like being a painter with thousands of colors, and you mix them together and something unbelievable happens, like a wave of emotion that would lift me out of my seat almost, listening to this orchestra. And I thought, oh, this is where I have to be. I have to be in the middle of this. I have to be surrounded by this music that is so uplifting. Conducting is working with this amazing instrument, this instrument of 100 people, all working together, but all doing something different. And this was so fascinating to me. From the back of the orchestra, have the trombone and the tuba, to the first violin sitting right there, to the heart of the orchestra, the woodwinds. Everybody's doing something different. And they're all focused on making something beautiful happen. And I'm in the middle of that, and I feel like I'm the frame in a way. I'm trying to enable this to happen. I'm trying to establish a landscape where something beautiful can flourish. You know, some people think of the orchestra as an autocracy, and there's the conductor, and everyone is just following the conductor's lead. Actually, the orchestra is like a great democracy where everyone is important, and everyone has their say at different times. And we're constantly supporting them or stepping forward ourselves, and it's always in flux. Perfection is something to strive for, not to attain, I think. I once heard a wonderful story about an ancient Japanese temple in which the builders felt that it was so perfect that they took one stone out and put it in upside down just to create a tiny bit of imperfection. And imperfection is part of humanity. So I think humanity is what an orchestra is all about. How people play is who they are. And every night it's different. One night the oboe might rush a little bit. Another night she might take her time on something. It's been said that architecture is actually frozen music. And our music is a living entity, but it does have a shape. And people can't see that. Our audience can't see that. They have to hear the shape of this and understand the building, which is the piece of music. So for us, we have to create the sense of structure. People for certain should come inside a concert hall and let that experience of live music just wash over them, because there's nothing like that. Even listening to the most sophisticated sound equipment or stereo system is nothing like being in the presence of the energy of music. It's like a force field. You know, the classical music world, I think, is very conservative, and that's why people still maybe are surprised by the idea of a woman conductor, because throughout history, the image of a conductor was someone like Arturo Toscanini or Leonard Bernstein, and a very male, very, very dominant, autocratic figure. I think things are changing in our world in so many ways, and maybe it's not so uncommon now to see a woman on the podium. I think we're getting towards the point maybe where we won't be saying woman conductor. We certainly don't say woman violinist or woman cellist anymore. And Virginia Symphony, for instance, is easily half women now. The people who inspire me the most are the musicians in the orchestra, because I look at them and I think about how many years they've been playing their instrument, how many music lessons they've taken, how many hours a day they've practiced. And I start thinking of their lives and their dedication and how much work they've spent just on that particular phrase so that it's going to be perfect for our audience. And I think that's so inspiring. I just want to stay on this path somehow of having music reveal itself to me. And it does. And as I learn things about life, music was different too. The way I conduct a Beethoven symphony now is probably a lot different than I conducted it 20 years ago. And 20 years from now, I will be conducting it differently, because I will be a different person because of what I learn about people. I mean, that's what life is all about. So to stay on this path and to keep my ears wide open, to keep my eyes open, and to let music teach me these lessons that are really about life, that's what I hope the future will hold.